Hello, NK team. I am Macy Heatland. I am the NK Digital Enablement Lead. I want to say thank you to the folks that jumped on the Cropwise training during the NK launch meeting. For those of you that missed it due to conflict with others, I want to just give a quick overview recap of what I talked about with them and some exciting things coming within Cropwise. So I'm going to go ahead and first off, I'm going to start before I forget because I always forget. But if you have questions in regards to whether it be farm shots, which is Cropwise imagery built into our Cropwise seed selector, or questions with the Cropwise seed selector and the tools within there, go ahead and navigate to Add Connections Help Center. And you will be able to select on either one of these two options here to get some additional training support between PDFs and different short videos that I and a couple others at Add Connections have put together for you guys. So that being said, I'm going to jump over and just walk through really quickly some of the exciting things for Cropwise imagery. So in the Cropwise session, I covered farm shots, or what will be called Cropwise imagery here moving forward. So today it's built into the tool, and we had the ability to utilize this last summer. And I don't think many folks did. So just to kind of get ahead of the game plan and help you guys be successful this summer in the fields, I want to just give you a quick overcap of what Cropwise imagery is and how you guys can utilize it. So if you haven't been in here, you need to know mapping your fields in the field manager. So that is one way to get your fields to Cropwise imagery from within the platform. So you would simply start by going to the field manager, opening up a grower account or adding a new grower, and then being able to get those fields mapped in here. From there, you would hit this open in Cropwise imagery. Otherwise, if you've already got those fields mapped for that grower and you've pushed them to Cropwise imagery. So this is your first go through of Cropwise imagery. You just map those fields and you're needing to get those pushed over to Cropwise imagery. You would come through Field Manager. If you've already done that and you've moved those farms and you're just landing into the Cropwise portal, you're going to go ahead and select the Cropwise imagery, and that is going to open up our farm shots. I've already been in here, and so it's not asking me to log in or set up an account. If this is your first time in here, go ahead and log in. And then if you have never been in farm shots, go ahead and create an account for me. Just use your Syngenta email, have your retailers use their company email. And then just since Cropwise is based on that single sign-on, they can do a password. I just recommend writing it down if they're going to do it different than what their system password is. So just know that you will need to create a separate login for this. And so farm shots we've built it within the tool. And so it's easily accessible for you guys. You're not having to go to a separate URL, but it'll pull in those farms that you've pushed through Field Manager into Farm Shots. So there's some new features coming within Farm Shots. So I'm actually going to go to the Farm Shots URL, and you're going to be able to see the same exact screen that I just had within Cropwise. But some exciting things that we're excited about. So you can see I clicked on a farm or a grower, it's going to pull in all of those farms I have for that grower. And then from here, if you've got any scouting notes, it's going to show those here. Or you can go to this notes tab and it's going to show you those scouting reports here as well. So one of our notes we clicked and the corn looks good. So this is a touch point that you can use with your grower. Say that you're out in the field that day and you're driving by a grower's field and you know it's a grower's field because you've mapped it or your retailer's mapped it. Or maybe you've been out there with your retailer before, but you're not with that retailer today. Since you're driving by, you've got a couple extra minutes to stop in. So you swing in, you take a couple of pictures so you can see that there. It's just a touch point that you can then, add a note to and send that to the retailer or the grower. So you can simply share it here. There is a mobile app for Farm Shots, so you can download that. And it's as simple as clicking an app on your phone, opening it up, it'll give you the field. It'll actually have a little blue beacon where you're standing in that field. And so you can just drop a pin right there where you're at, or and you can send your note from the mobile app as well. Otherwise, if you're back in your office for the evening, you can come in here, find that note, and you can send it out this way. So just a simple touch point that you can do with your retailers and those growers. Otherwise, the key piece here is going to be this imagery. So I've already selected October 4th as my image here that we're looking at currently on this field. But just know that you can go back and look at different imagery throughout the growing season. So this is going to give you that NDVI imagery. Some key pointers that I pointed out this morning were AVI or SAVI is going to be for that early season. So come springtime when our crops are just coming out of the ground, not quite full canopy closure yet, you're going to want to go ahead and use that SAVI imagery, because that's going to take out the reflection from the soil and just pick up on that plant growth material. So NDVI, once we get to canopy closure, go ahead and just focus on NDVI imagery. That's going to give you that vegetation health that you're looking for on your plants there. So you're going to be able to watch that all season long. This could be helpful if you do a split trial, side-by-side comparisons with different seed hybrids or varieties. You can come in here and you can look at those and watch them at an imagery level. There is also this variability view. So if you're wanting to kick it into a little bit different view here, you can go ahead and click that and then select your field. And you're going to notice that it's going to change our variability a little bit more here. So it'll give us a different view, kind of break those tiles apart a little bit more, so we can see a little bit more variance of what's going on in that field. Another new feature we're really excited about is this side-by-side view. And so you can come in here and actually select multiple dates. So if you're wanting to look at August to October, just a couple week difference there, you're going to see how much that has changed in the field. Now note, we have the variability view on over here, but it's not automatically going to turn on here. So we would just simply select that variability view and then click on that field again. And that will change to the variability view on both of those now. So it's an equal side-by-side comparison. But just know that you can, if you want to compare variability view versus non, go ahead and select the same date and then just turn that off. So different features you can look at here. And then, so that is one option there. And then the other thing I'm going to point out is the histogram view. So in the upper right corner, next to the grower's name, you're going to hit that, and that is going to give us the analytics or a histogram view of each of our fields for that particular grower. So you can get the averages and the variability scale across that field. Another new piece that we're excited about that has been asked for is this time series. And so if we select that, that gives us the ability to set a date range. So the histogram today is one single date. Time series, you can go in and you can select a date range that you're wanting to view for that particular field. And then you would select your field. And then from there, it will pull up a bar graph. So just know that you have the histogram view or a time series view now. So both of those are options within the histogram view that you could get to right at the upper right corner. So if we go back to this field view, another question that was asked is, can we do planting prescriptions? So you can do planting prescriptions. If we select this triangle down in the bottom, you're going to see its prescriptions. So you can see some of those prescriptions that I've got in here already. If we go ahead, and I've got to turn off my dual view here quick. So we're just on one field. So then if we go back to the prescriptions, we can hit add prescription. We can do a seeding, crop protection, fertilizer. We can do hand drawn or by zones. So I'll do zones. So we'll go ahead and select OK there. I've already got my field selected here. So if not, you can either select in the drop down or simply click the field on the map and it will fill it in there for you. But now you can choose your product. So this is going to be where you're going to free type that product in here. So we could go NK 1082, hit continue, and then this is going to give us the ability of what kind of color palette do we want. So are we looking for just kind of a simple overlay, or, obviously the more colors you get, the more in depth you're going to get with the seeding rate. So you can kind of pick and choose from how in depth you want to get with it. But then we'll hit continue once we find the one that we're wanting to generate those zones in. And then from there, it's going to give us the ability to pull in those different seeding rates that we're wanting to set. So say we want to do 32,000 for this area and 31.5 for this area. We could go ahead and hit continue. That's going to give us the ability to do an overview of what that looks like, and then we can save that. And from there, it is going to give us the ability up at the top here to download that as a shapefile or a CSV file. But just know that is where you can do your prescriptions. So that is one way there. Like I had mentioned, go ahead, download the Farm Shots app. You can go into that and do your scouting on there. And then you can always get those notes and those reports over here. So that is Farm Shots built right into the Cropwise Imagery platform, or Cropwise Seed Selector platform. So you guys have access to that. As I had mentioned throughout the demonstration, there's a mobile app. So the scouting feature can be a touch point for you guys. And then that NDVI imagery, in season, SAVI imagery, early season. It's just another communication touch point that you guys can use when working with your retailers and the growers. And then just, being able to watch, whether it be just a field with NK product in it or a side-by-side comparison, those imageries can tell some pretty neat stories. So I want you guys to utilize the imagery piece, ask me questions, reach out to Ag Connections. We are here to help you if you guys need a one-on-one training, or you're just looking to do a team training or anything like that. Reach out to me. Trent Murdoch at Ag Connections is trained up on the Cropwise Seed Selector tool as well. It doesn't just have to be imagery. We are here to help you guys succeed. And so let us know how we can help you. Thank you.